So welcome to the last ASL with me, Marcayla, and Lark. I'm hearing and she's deaf. So we're gonna kind of show you guys how to communicate with deaf people as a hearing person. So
my name is Lark T. My name is Lark. I'm deaf myself. So
yeah, we can start.
Yeah.
So I'm Marcayla. Sign name is Marcayla.
my Lark think I fall because love. And I'm doing where you from?
I'm from Colorado. So she's super cold. Where are you from?
I'm from here. Cottonwood. I have a question. What made you learn that language?
Friends. I've got deaf friends, and it really made me want to learn ASL. I'm still learning myself, even though I can communicate at least okay.
There's a lot of different communication they hear that. So.
Yes. So I started in elementary school and started with the finger spelling, and then started in high school where there was a deaf student, and started learning ASL from him, and
even
I actually started watching Defu.
I haven't do that. So what do you think of that?
What is Defu?
So Defu is a show on Netflix about the deaf community or community.
This is community?
Community.
Community,
Okay.
town, digging, community.
So, and it kind of talks about like the elites, deaf, the being kind of in the middle, and then the community, and how they collide, they come together, and how small the deaf community is.
Very small.
Yes, and how hard it can be to be in a relationship, to find someone, just kind of the hardships of the deaf community, and I really like it just because it helped open my mind a little bit more. I mean, there was a lot of things I knew, but there were some new things that I didn't know that I was like, oh, OMG, like.
Right. Right. You ever seen the show called Trick the Bird?
Yes.
You see the whole series?
Yes.
I like those because it does. It's played between deaf culture and hearing culture.
Yes.
So if the people want to know about the culture, Trick the Bird is the best show I ever seen. So my grandma used to be seeing too. She liked it. So.
Nice. So Switched at Birth is another good one. That kind of shows you how the deaf community and the hearing community kind of.
It's totally opposite. Yeah.
Yes. So it's just, if you ever get the chance to watch either, please watch them.
I will watch that.
Yes.
Always
Yes.
still be late anyway. So, it was back to, I was born hearing, and then when I was baby, like, before a year old, I lost my hearing. It was partial hearing loss. I'm hard of hearing. But I prefer calling myself deaf.
Makes it easier.
Yeah. I'd rather call myself deaf. So, I hate when people call me hearing impaired. A differentiation between hearing impaired and hard of hearing.
And that's something else in the deaf community. You've got the difference in deaf, hard of hearing, and hearing. Like, even there's those 3 different sections.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
And
hearing impaired is more like a rude thing. I feel low. Honest, I feel low if you people call me hearing impaired. Or that person had a cat. I hate that word. Or like disabled or something. So I call myself that. If people whether call whether they want. So not people. Oh, it's deaf. It's dumb.
And that's what the deaf community gets a lot of, is that they're automatically dumb when they're not. They just can't hear.
Right.
So, how does a person who can hear acknowledge the fact that, you know, I understand and I'm trying to I'm trying to communicate as best as I can. Do you look down on that? Like, not so much that you look down, but do you, like, is it at least, do you appreciate that I'm trying?
Yeah.
Okay.
No one's perfect. I mean, if you cannot sign perfectly, whatever, they're not perfect. Like, for example, I met a deaf person who have no hand. They could communicate with the arm. So I do understand. Because it's including expression, not just like,
right.
I don't understand. So say, hi, my name, or say, if you try to learn the language, say, hi, my name is, I'm gonna go with your last name.
It's long.
So,
you get a hand cramp trying to sign my last name, so it's okay.
Jan, always feel about your name before you think I have to feel your name. Where you from? Well, deaf culture like to know where you're from because we're so tiny community.
Right.
But here people, it's more deep respect to know where you're from. You know, that people want to know full name, like first name or last name. So, different complications. So, hearing people just Mr. We don't do that. The hearing people do that.
Right.
We don't call by Mr. So like, say, hi, Lord. Or, hi, Lord. That's my thing, Johnny.
Right, but
Frog.
Oh, okay.
I play frog.
That's cool. So you were telling me how there's not a really big deaf community here in Cottonwood, but there is in Flagstaff, Tucson, Phoenix. So the bigger cities, I get that.
Yeah. I'm trying to pull deaf people here, but a lot of them like to hide because if you live in a big city, there'll always be a trauma.
Right.
For myself, I hate city. I hate getting around with the people because I don't want them to know who I am detailed because I'm a very private person.
Okay.
So it depends on people if they like or not. So a lot of people like party every day. I'm not. I used to. But no.
So like with. I'm trying to figure out how to. So like with with jobs, what's that like?
It's
You can be honest. I mean, I want to know, like, what's the struggles that you do with just when you were looking for work, when you were working at jobs that you've had. What's that like?
I have a degree in billing and coding as a healthcare.
Okay.
A lot of them will hire me because they require to use the phone.
Okay.
So I'm very skilled with the computer.
Right.
I keep looking around without looking at the screen because I've been taught to be touchy everywhere where I'm at because myself I'm half blind.
Oh.
So I have to, wear like fingers in the cup, how much the water, treat, whatever. Anyway, about the job, it's very difficult for me to get the job I like.
Okay.
Now they millions are not hire the people with degrees because they can't use the phone.
Right.
The whole thing is locked in the phone.
So the biggest struggles for deaf community are jobs that require phones. Oh, that's...
Or something with hearing, and that's the hardest part about the deaf community is that coming into a hearing community, there's the phone, there's all those little things.
Yeah, right, or the boss up here, you don't want to hire that person. Oh, I have to hire a interpreter. Oh, I have to, the people say, well, it's not a big deal about it. So, because hearing people more like, it's too much work to hire an interpreter or it's a lot of work to order TTY or video camera,
Right.
Because they're not exposed to with ADA law.
Or there's too much time writing things down.
Okay.
The hearing community is very hard on the deaf community, and that's something that frustrates me about the hearing community is that it doesn't help the deaf community at all.
It's not meeting the community halfway.
No.
So at home, do you have the phone that blinks really bright? So
yeah, with the light, it's fine, but you have to have like a TTY, it's the old way. You got TV with a video, they could communicate with each other on the TV.
Oh, okay.
Like that, but if you get the meeting room with a whole bunch of people, it'd be nice to have the interpreter, or they have a voice out with the word captured on the TV.
Right.
The person can hear.
But that's for big office settings though, right? But just for home.
Yeah. I use the video on the TV.
Oh, okay.
So, and she also talked about the TTY. It's kind of the old.
Closed captioning?
It's this big phone, and you call into a.
You have to call the special kind phone number, and they have to ask me call that number. Call that. You have to have 4 or 5 different ways to.
Is that's what you have to do now, or that's
it's more of the old way.
Okay, but right now, if I was to call you,
I can use my phone. I have a video interpreter, but you're hearing.
Yeah.
You could call. So my phone number is a video, and then the interpreter will tell me what you're saying. And I'll deliver it to the interpreter. The interpreter will tell you with the voice.
Oh, so that's.
Yes.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
So, and that's something I like with Facetime.
Right, because then you can.
A little bit easier.
But it's only for iPhone. It's not iPhone.
That makes it, which is something that makes it hard.
I can't afford.
Oh wait, what goes FaceTime?
So FaceTime is where you video call.
Yeah, I'm such a boomer. Wasn't that thing in the camera on the Facebook app where that I can see you?
It's kind of like that.
Right.
It's
I have an Android phone, guys. So sorry.
It's iPhone.
You're the Apple people.
No, I'm not. I'm Android.
I'm an Android.
I'm an Apple person.
But there's a way we can chat from Android to iPhone without the FaceTime.
Interesting.
So, I don't know if you're talking about Duo.
That or In Touch. I'm gonna go with it.
Okay, I understand. So there's a few different ways to go about it, but still not easy for the deaf community.
Because
you ever heard of a Marco Poco?
No.
Marco, if you download that on iPhone, you can chat with me. It's not like a field; it's a text field.
Okay.
Like you're saying that me. Oh, it's almost like a text message.
Okay.
And I make sure I saying and they send it to you. Then I'm typing it.
That's kind of cool.
It's a Marco Polo.
Okay.
Should be on the Apple Store.
I will have to look at that. Cause...
I'll send you the link to them.
So, are there a lot of apps for the deaf community on phones or not?
Yeah.
There's, okay.
There's the app. I never use the what do they call it? Voice translation to the words.
Right. Yeah.
Like the people to read. I don't use that because I do it for it, but not word by word. It depends. But for example, you have a different accent. It's harder for me to understand.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. I'm new to you. It's fine. But for example,
it's my New Jersey. Sometimes it comes out. So.
Yeah, but I do understand people. It depends what kind of actor, like heavy actor from New York. I'm like, well, I know that we speak English, but I'm like, honey.
I have to translate for our friends from North Carolina.
South Carolina.
South Carolina, because nobody can understand.
I have to ask my husband to with the pretty day. That's why I don't use coffee on the phone. I go, if your people call me, I'll leave it alone. Let the first message get it. Yeah.
Okay.
But this phone has a visual word
That's cool.
for the voicemail.
Yeah. Because I mumble a lot, and I know that. So again, my fault. But that's okay. Yeah. So ideally, if you are of the hearing community, clearly enunciate. It would help. It helps the deaf community.
Yeah.
So for those listening, don't mumble like Mr. Jan. Enunciate your words. Them out. At least I'm going to meet you halfway, and I will enunciate my words.
And that's something else. Always face.
Okay.
Face. If you're caught behind, like.
Because if I'm here, standing away from her, she can't.
Right.
She can't see what I'm saying.
Right.
But if I face you, you can see what I'm saying.
Oh, and then so. Kayla's brought it up. How do you converse without letting someone else who is of the deaf community not see that you're talking about them?
So, he wants to know how to communicate with somebody with ASL without someone else seeing what you're saying.
Like if you're trying to plan a surprise party. And
like surprise party or parties for someone.
Oh, you mean you want to know how to approach it? That's a pretty.
Like so.
Like if you're
like say you and I are talking and we don't want Jan to see. He wants to know how he can't see us signing about him. So basically, yes, you
turn your
back.
That's the. It's really that simple. You just
Yes.
turn your back.
Yeah.
And then,
Well, you can't die in front of you. Oh, you can't. There's no break though.
So, and that's something else in Defu is they talk about making fun of the hearing people right in front of their face.
Right.
Like 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 they were at a restaurant and or restaurant. Sorry.
No, that's bathroom.
Yes.
Which is
yes.
bathroom?
Restroom. I accidentally said restaurant or restroom instead of restaurant.
So this is the restroom.
Restroom.
Oh, because your fingers are you're like the legs. Is that the...
That's because that's our
Oh, okay.
restaurant.
That's the old. I bet the only she and something. Me too. You know, I do D and something. But the restrooms are the old way. But
It's-
the restroom, bathroom,
Bathrooms.
PPP.
Yes. Toilet's the new more of the new
Oh, that's
sign. Toilet.
So how does that work?
T.
Okay.
See.
Oh, okay. Oh. Okay.
But back to the story. In Defu, they were at a restaurant, and the waitress was like, "How do you sign this? How do you sign that?" And of course, made fun of the the hearing community.
And really, I don't like that idea. If the person wants to learn, I
Yes.
prefer to teach the right words down.
Because
Whatever. Like, for example, chicken. Oh, teach it well. Fish.
and I get that too. I mean, once again, there's that middle where they make fun of the hearing community, but at the same time, if they're trying,
Right.
don't make fun of them. Like, makes it really hard to go in the middle, meet halfway.
And again, for those who are watching, to say I'm learning ASL it's
Learning ASL.
okay.
They like mine or
Should I point? Like, should I point to myself?
yeah,
Like
poison
that's-
bean.
Like, so, like when you speak, whenever I speak Spanish,
I know no big better than English.
so what is that like? Because that just trips me out. Where I'm like, how do I sign in Spanish? Because
I don't know. Really, and it really, well, it's a hard one.
right, but like so like when I speak Spanish, it's always in the formal tense. So it's, I'm saying in my head, like I am happy. I would say yo soy. Well, hambre means yo soy hambre, so I'm hungry. But I would either say it out louder in my head, yo soy hambre, like I am hungry. So just whatever my question is that if I'm saying it, if I'm telling you that I'm learning ASL, I should point. Okay. Yeah, I'm learning. Okay. Yeah.
Some of us get lazy. They're lazy.
Is this lazy?
Lazy, yes.
So it's like finger guns and then
Yes,
just lazy.
yes.
How many taps is it?
Just
It matter. It depends on are you right-handed or left-handed.
I'm a righty, right-handed.
Right-handed, use your hand to move the thing to look for your prop.
Right.
Like thing, and use a tree or thing like.
So, but
but just like a couple times.
Okay.
But a lot of people learn with left-handed too. that most people prefer the left hand and they can learn from the left hand. They don't have to learn from the right hand. For first thing at the beginning of the class, you have to say, what are your left hand or right hand? I mean, right hand or left hand? So, because that's important, because some people like feel uncomfortable use right hand or uncomfortable use left hand. So.
And I'm both.
Me too. I'm both.
I'm just used to dominant hand is my right hand, so.
Yeah, I get used to right hand for the most things like EBD to ABD.
So
because that part doesn't matter if you're right-handed or left-handed and you're
doesn't
signing.
matter where I figure you feel comfortable.
Right, because you can at least hopefully understand my chicken scratch of signing to you if I'm using my right hand. Okay.
Because I use ABCs with my right hand, but a lot of other things is my left hand.
Oh.
Weird.
Really?
I'm really weird.
I do everything with the right hand. I should use the left hand if my right hand is tired.
Oh, okay. And again, this means weird. What is it?
Weird.
3 and then weird. Okay. That's funny.
Curling my hair and put my teeth. Any more questions want to know?
Any questions from you?
Let's see. We got like 10 minutes left. I think so. When you were learning ASL, did you go to school? Like it was taught in grade school, or did you have to go to like a speech therapist, or how did that work growing up?
I would kick off into 5th grade.
Okay.
I went to the public school ministry. They have that program.
Okay.
That means the teachers teach sign language. I mean, not teach sign language. They use sign language to teach to learn. Like, because if a hearing person, teacher, no sign, I have no idea what they're talking about. I have no idea. I require have that. Well, not that, but teacher knows sign. I don't care if you hear that. Anyhow, so I learn a little bit of home sign. It's completely different from a sign language to home sign. Home sign is basic, like I'm hungry, shower, brush my teeth, go to sleep. But it's more like, oh, I'm gonna go shower, or it's more like dancing.
So.
But I learned it when I was 12 years old.
Okay.
So.
And not all schools have.
Oh yeah. I know that.
Right. But because I'm trying to find someone who work and make it high school because I want to teach it.
Right.
Class and make it high school.
So if a hearing person uses home sign to speak to you, is it offensive or is it like, well, they're trying? I mean, at least they're trying to communicate.
I'll be happy.
Okay.
Yeah. I prefer a person no move but scientific matter if it's you or Wookie or Lousy or Basic.
But at least I'm trying. Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
So, like I said, I was at a comic book convention last November, and there was a lady at my table who was looking at my stuff, and she was with, I guess, her husband, and they were signing, and we made eye contact, and I said, I know some she read my lip. I said, can you read lip? She said yes, and I said, I'm going to the bathroom. And she kind of looked at me, and I'm like, that's all I got. And she was like, just kind of smiled, went, but because I had when I was sorry.
You know what that means?
Yeah, I know, but that's so I had a roommate in college, and his younger brother was deaf, and so he taught us that, and we were very proud of ourselves.
Yeah, but the people, like if you're a hearing person approaches it, the people don't, the people willing to help, some people don't. Because some people prefer to be private.
Right.
Me, I'm open to anything. So if you see me around in town, I say hi, don't be afraid of nobody.
Yeah.
I'm trying to join hearing people too, not afraid of have an appointment with the doctor, I get like paper pen.
Right.
Oh my God! What the hell would that mean? So they call other person, come here. The person said, oh, she wants paper and pen. And the person said, oh. You could, I'm writing like this.
Right.
Paper, pencil. Yeah, they, because I'm uncomfortable using my voice sometimes.
Right.
Because for no voice. But because I want them to know there are the people live here.
Okay.
There are a few people I know that live here, but they know open to them people like me. So.
That's interesting.
And
it depends on
It really depends on the person. I was at an airport, and there was 2 deaf people there, and I was trying to interpret for them. They were really kind of like they knew I was hearing. I was like, explain, I'm hearing, but I do know signing, and they were still kind of like.
It's up to the people who want help or not want help. Oh, I could do myself like feedback for it. But hearing people want to help, that's fine. If they help me.
And after some time, they were finally like, it's really helpful that she can speak English and sign.
Right.
Because there was people that worked there that were trying to talk with them, but they didn't understand reading lips.
Oh, okay.
Not all the people understand really, not all know sign.
When did you learn how to read lips? Like, how old were you?
Well, my mom put me in the nightmare beat, so that's how I learned.
So
I hate beat therapy.
A lot of deaf people don't like the speech therapy.
I'm one of them.
Okay.
One of
So.
So really depends on the person. I mean.
Oh, we're back. Hey, we're back. Oh, internet. Oh, technology. What a lovely thing.
It's up to the people how comfortable they are.
Okay.
To post a hearing person. Because a lot of them prefer, because we're still fighting for stuff that we still. I have a doctor appointment here. I never get a triple her.
It's
frustrating, especially like small town.
Because there's such a small community here, just like most services aren't available. That
yeah.
I mean, my hope is that at least, we've had 4 months of this. That at least someone can just rewatch it over and over, and we try to focus on certain phrases that you would use over and over again. Like I love help. Like she taught, as well. It's how can I, and big smile, and
facial expressions.
Yeah, so I
But I've been thinking on his Facebook a lot of art cartooning. Maybe you can express it as the funny. Because I'm an actress too.
Okay.
Not a popular Broadway, whatever. No.
There's definitely a big difference between help me and help me.
So even like if you go like you make the help motion because does this mean like help
me
help you help myself
like Jerry Maguire help me help you okay yeah because I think that's probably one of the best help. So like I said, help has stuck in my head. Wait has stuck in my head a lot because it's such a nice that other gesture that I learned that's a whatever. We're not gonna put.
You know what's funny? My mom only know 2 times. Stop! And wait. I have
Oh, this
no
is
picture.
this is
Stop.
So is it just it's an abrupt
Stop! Because
Okay.
I'm very mischief. I'm a little girl.
right?
Exactly. I'm like, ooh, fucking around how mom say stop.
What's go?
Go.
Go.
Really?
Go.
Go, stop, wait. Okay. So because my wife, she's a preschool director, so I'm gonna. I'll see if she, I wonder if she knows that because we would when my son was little, we might have taught him a little bit of sign like hungry. Is this more?
Like hungry.
This is hungry.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have a newborn baby, you can't teach them sign language.
Yeah.
They can call back to you, newborn baby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Like they will go or mean more.
right.
The baby will mean hungry.
I do that now, just to roll the belly.
They will go like this for the bathroom.
Oh, okay.
I mean, they will.
No, I've seen
sign
it. I remember that.
newborn. Well, now newborn, but with the OBI.
Like within 1 or 2 years old, they're usually
Mm-hmm.
6 months.
6 months.
Yeah, one of my friends from high school, her mother was an ASL teacher, and she had to stop signing to my friend when she was a kid at 6 months because she wasn't talking.
Oh, okay.
She's hearing, but she wouldn't stop signing. She would just sign, and so the mother had to start speaking
Okay.
rather than signing because she was
That's interesting.
young.
Right.
It's a lot of benefit for the baby in a perfect time because the baby get more benefit, the bilingual.
Right.
I know
Yeah.
English and so
Yeah.
and so they won't be English. They speak it without the or in from
Right.
But English speaking the cat going to the door. So it's the
Right.
door
Oh,
cat
okay.
go. So it's different, but yeah. So it's a lot of people have their own way of communicating with sign language. Like for example, ginger, like digging. I'm doing body moving. Oh, that guy over there. Dancing over there. That's good. Or I have the acting because here people always try put they have a blonde hair
Right.
glasses, but the people go, oh, yeah. And walk funny. So it's different way of body gestural and
But the whole
hearing
idea,
different. Like if you have a child who cannot speak, like if level 12 or cannot speak, they use sign language. Yeah.
Okay.
Like on autism or Down syndrome, people cannot. They put the hearing to hear fine, but they refuse to call.
Okay.
So they use sign.
But for the deaf community, body language, and it's a very big part of it. It's
Big part of it.
right, and it's not making fun. It's just not
It's like their voice.
Okay.
It helps with with facial expressions.
Right.
It goes from help to help. It's a huge difference.
Okay, because it helps in the context of the conversation that you're having.
Have to have a visual
Right.
body movement or like for example, cool, awesome, cool,
That's cool.
Cool.
Okay.
Awesome. It's Friday time whether you choose it acting, so yeah.
That's interesting.
And it's kind of like also the difference between monotone
Right.
and having a voice that's like yours.
Right. Like, help. Help.
It depends on your mood to cover that person. If you know that person, you can just a funny person.
Right.
If you don't know who that person is, you but
It's just
to help you, not help.
right.
So it's just like
It's just the same as when the way the hearing community we can. How's it going? Hey, how's it going? It's
exactly.
Yeah.
Same way with the people, sign language, because sign language is showing.
So
feeling.
where can somebody who does want to learn ASL, like, can they go on? Like, is this like online, going and looking up a YouTube video, or going? Is that the best way just to at least get some kind of instruction on learning it? Like, yeah, I know you can read a book. I get that.
But I have a link to learn ASL online.
Okay. Maybe
But I prefer teaching face to face.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
I mean, I remember like when when I could have kids come in and they could be taught in person, or when that one time we had people here. Yeah, it is the one-on-one. It's so much better because then you get the reaction, you can see all that. It's just this is unfortunately what we're doing. This is the world.
Right.
But
Only the native with the prayer people at love wow.
Oh,
Yes. So like.
You know why wow?
Yeah.
Because you could see all the people face. It doesn't make you up the prayer. You have both.
Right.
Yes, and that was something in my college classes that we did when we were learning ASL in class was we moved all the tables into a circle so that way
everybody can see each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
That way, like she said, you're not.
Interesting.
What did that person say?
Because they're light full visual.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Okay.
So I have to be around, or we could keep off and have to share around, and
Okay.
I have
Right.
to be defeat the way when you.
Alright, so when the world comes back and we can have it inside, I will make sure that the table is pushed back and we just put it in a circle.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And okay.
Because that's something that the hearing people don't really understand.
Right, and I completely understand because I wouldn't have, I really honestly until you told me now I'm like well we had a table, it was great, but okay.
I'm not sure if you know you're still in like 5th grade. I'm sure they have a round table. But the kids stay my year.
Right.
Because she just like the kid visual and everything else. The same idea with the deaf people.
Because, like, with hearing people, I can be sitting right here
Right.
with someone at that end, and I can hear them
Yeah, but
just fine, but she's not really gonna know what they're saying because they're not like this. Like,
it's just it's I guess I get it's on the hearing community side just being mindful. It's really being mindful because okay, this is if I think you can see me or hear me, but now you can't see my face when I'm talking, yeah, then it's pointless.
If I can do it in the community with it.
Right.
Yeah.
And then it just takes you out of it. You're like, well, I'm done. Then so I got it.
Yeah.
So.
Lark, thank you so much. Marcayla, thank you so much. I love.
We could do that again next year.
Yeah, I'll figure out when we can do this again.
So if we can do this again next year, I would love to do it with Lark.
Okay, yeah. I will.
Yeah, next year would perfect. Next year would be fine for me because I'm I'm working with one client. His dog is dead bed right now, so I'm like,
Right.
I want to stay with her. Yeah. Anyway, the show would be fine.
Yeah. So
I figured that way we go.
The hope is that when the new year comes, the world we can make this work. But yeah, I mean, I just think it's at least even just for us able to do this.
Okay.
Because again, you know, for those of you who are watching, thank you so much for being with us the last 4 months of us doing this.
Thank you.
And it's here, guys, so you can just watch this video over, just to watch it and just observe, and you can watch all our previous videos and, you know, just learn the phrases that we were taught. So I thank you both for coming. Patrons of Cottonwood Community Public Library, this is Mr. Jan saying thank you again for joining us for our final ASL class of 2020. Fingers crossed we can do this again next year. And please come in. I believe we do have books about learning American Sign Language at the library. And if we don't have it here, we can get it from any other library in our network. So I thank you again, and we'll say goodbye, and we'll see you soon. Bye, guys.
Hope to do this again.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks again.
Thank you.